Hello, I'm here! Sorry for the delay. I did have to run to the blood clinic this morning. And no part of my brain was thrilled about having to do that. But I'm here now. Mumbles, hello, hello. How are you? It's so good to see you. Thank you for all your lovely emotes filling my channel with joy and color. And Neo, hello, hello. How are you? Gonna lurk for a moment. No worries. If you're back, welcome back. If you're still lurking, enjoy the lurk. I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, I had to run to the blood clinic this morning and basically I don't like leaving the house. So the only way to make sure that I actually go to the blood clinic when I need to go to the blood clinic is I have to get up at the ass crack of dawn when Ghost Pepper's getting ready for work and have him drive me to the clinic before he goes to work. And then I just walk back because it is in walking distance. But the problem is if I wait until the time when, like, I wake up and I come around and try to walk there, I'll just be like, maybe I'll go later. Maybe I'll go later. Maybe I'll go later. And then I just won't go. Senator, hello, hello. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you're having a good day. So I have kind of learned, know thyself. I have kind of learned that in order to make sure that I go, because I really need to go at the intervals that my doctor tells me because he needs to know what my thyroid is doing, right now, since he put me on medication for it. So I put it in my calendar and I get up at the ass crack of dawn on the day that I need to go, and Ghost drives me to the clinic and I walk back. But this morning, the sun had not yet risen when we left the house, and my brain was very, like, groggy. And, like, this is bullshit. Why do I have to be functional? The sun isn't even up yet. So that was interesting. But it never takes very long. I just go first thing when the clinic opens, and it takes them, like, honestly, the time in the waiting room waiting for them to call my name is longer than the time it takes for them to actually do, like, the blood draw. And then they draw my blood, and I pop into the grocery store to get myself some nice stuffed mushrooms for lunch, because I can. And then I come home and I do my regular morning routine, but just groggy catching up with the world today, so I'm running a little late. How are you, my friends? Mumbles, how are you doing? Neo, when you get back, how are you doing? Senator, I know you're lurking, but how are you doing? If you want to come out of lurk and let me know, please do. I should really... Hey, Ashley Robin! I should really see if I can make this bigger for a minute so that we can actually look at it. I have to do some... to do some quick magic, some OBS magic here. I'm doing this because we're gonna be working on a short today, and the first part is actually on my blog, I believe. Yes. In case we want to look at this short. We're going to be looking at this in a second. I will go back to Clicky Clack Cam when we start typing. But this way you guys can actually see what I'm going to be talking about. Are good doing some work? I hope work is going well for you, Mumbles. Hey, Angel Faye, how's it going? So yeah, as I shake the grog off my brain now that I finally have coffee, Last year we did the 22 Stories in 2022 project, which was essentially, I looked at how many shorts I publish on my blog each year, and the number was 22, which worked out, 22 stories for 2022. Basically, over on my blog, I post a blog, and then every other week I post a short. So it goes blog, short, so on. Here at the beginning of the year, I'm going to be posting actually a bunch of shorts in a row because I've just posted a bunch of blog stuff, my end of the year wrap up and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to post a couple of shorts in a row to make up for the number of blogs I've posted in a row. But basically, it switches off between the two. For every week that I post a musing of some kind, I also post a short. And one of the main reasons why I do these is, I know I've talked about this before, but one of the main reasons I do these is because, one, it gives people an opportunity to look at my work and see what kind of stuff I like to write, and get a little taste of my characters and stuff, without having to pay for one of my books to do so. Made your first sale thanks to Darth. That's awesome. Angel Faye, I'm so glad to hear that. Congratulations. So yeah, basically a book is much more like expensive and difficult to test. Even with the like previews on Amazon, it's difficult to get a sense of what you're really in for. So I write these shorts and I post them on my blog for fun so that people can get a glimpse of what type of stuff I write if they think it would be interesting for them. I do, I don't know if you can see it because I think it's just out of frame. I do actually have sample chapters of my first books in series on the website. You can read the first few chapters of The End of All Things here. You can read the first few chapters of Dreamers Do Lie. You can read the first couple pieces of Eternity's Empire. And you can read the first 3 chapters of, I think each of the Mystical Island books have the first 3 chapters up here, although there are some spoilers if you read all the first 3 chapters without reading the books. So I like to have little samples. But the other big reason why I do these shorts is because they're fun. They're fun for me, and they're refreshing, and they keep me fresh. So we've talked before about how writing can start to feel like work, and working on the same project for a long time can start to feel stale, and you can start to feel sort of burnt out on that particular idea or on that world or those characters. So I do these shorts as a sort of break for myself, and it allows me to test new techniques or ideas, to explore things that don't really fit in with any of my big ideas. It allows me to have a space to write in the moment without rules. Things that I wouldn't necessarily want to try in my novels because I haven't used the technique before and I'm uncertain of it, or because it just doesn't feel like it fits with my other themes and whatnot. I use my shorts, my blog shorts, to test those out. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose just 1 minute here. So that's the main reason why I do these year after year, even though I'm not doing a big project this year. And this isn't necessarily going to be anything particularly special. That's why I do them. It's just for fun. I very firmly believe that even if you're a serious writer, even if you're writing for income or to publish novels like I am. Sorry, blowing my nose takes too long when I'm talking. Even if you are air quotes a very serious writer, and put most of your time and energy into project writing, it's important to have things that are fun. And it's important to do things for fun. So for me, the shorts that are for my blog are a way for me to have fun without pressure. I don't have to worry that the stuff I write for my blog is correct or consistent. Sometimes I do write little snippets of what eventually become novels, but often I change the details and rewrite them from what is in my blog. So it's just for fun. I don't edit these. Sometimes they get posted with mistakes because they're just, you know, whatever's in my brain at the time. To get them out and just have a bit of a fun little brain break from all the moving pieces of all my bigger projects. So I'm going to keep doing that this year because, of course, they aren't going to be, the prompts aren't necessarily going to be coming from the same places. I'll probably just write whatever idea pops into my head each week, which is how I did my prompts prior to the big 22 stories in 2022 project. I am tentatively, I haven't decided how I actually want to accomplish this yet. I have put together a bunch of lore for a D&D campaign that I'm running. Hey Laurel, how's it going? I am running a D&D campaign off stream called Tales of Kryptonia. It is a, it's sort of a high fantasy setting, but it's broken across a galactic empire. But the technology is kind of that like 1970s Fallout vibe of what like future tech would be. And the travel between planets is accomplished via hyperspace train. I'm super excited about it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hydrates from Pi. Cheers, Pi. How are you? A 1. A 2. A 3. A 4. And I will make the 5th one coffee. Cheers. Not too bad. I am still a bit morning groggy. I had to run to the blood clinic this morning for a blood draw to check my thyroid levels. So I am a bit groggy. I do apologize if if I seem a bit more spaced out than usual. I'm sure that I will wake up as I have a few more sips of coffee. But I'm doing pretty good. It's Friday. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Just had a sandwich, so hopefully there's some fuel for doing lore shorts. Nice, good luck. I hope it works out. But yeah, basically I have put together, because this is a homebrew campaign setting, I've put together a bunch of lore that my players... Oh my gosh, okay. I have a bell! It's too early for this voice, Pi. Ephema will give you the energy you need, Laurel. You can do it. What was I even saying before Ephema showed up? I put together a bunch of lore for this campaign setting, and so far it's only been viewed by my players in the Google Drive because it was written for them. It's very rough and very raw, but I would like to take some of that lore and translate it onto my blog for my shorts this year. I don't know, I probably at some point will have to post some of the raw lore in order for it to make sense. Because if I start telling these stories about these random gods without context, it would be pretty weird. I have those basically notes written down, and at some point, possibly on stream, I would like to start going through them and publishing some of that lore to my blog, expanding it a little bit. As my players go through the campaign, they are discovering historical figures and historical spaces, so the blog would be a good place to explore those. And I also might put together some information. I don't know why Ephema went a little bit British there. That was very weird. But I might put together some little shorts or some summaries of what my players have actually been doing during the sessions, and what they are actually, what the story they are actually making is. So I would love to start doing some of that. I'm probably going to give it a month or two. We have taken a bit of a break because Christmas was crazy, and I just haven't had a chance to replan, or to plan what is... Welcome back, Neo. I haven't had a chance to plan what they're going to be doing for the next session. So I need to get that sorted out so that we can resume play sessions later this month or beginning of February. But once they get another session or two, we only do once a month, but once they get a session or two more under their belt, I think I'll be able to safely start telling that story. I'll have a little bit of a buffer. I'm very excited about it. My players have been very engaged with what I said in front of them so far, and I think, oh gosh, excuse me. I think they're going to do some lots of, interesting things. You don't like the Ephema voice, Neo? What is wrong with you? Thank you, Pi. So yes, I am hoping to do some things with that later this year. I don't know if it will turn into like a big project because I haven't entirely decided how I want to present the information, but I do think it would be very cool to take what I've been putting together, because I have droves of notes, so it would be very interesting to take some of what I've put together for my players and put it on my blog and say these are the things that I made and this is how people interacted with them and this is what the story has ended up being. And I think that would be very cool, especially if I do it on stream. I can give you guys updates about what the players are doing in the campaign. I have to be a little careful that I don't do any spoilers about what is going to be coming up in the campaign because several of my players do watch my streams. Yeah, so I will hopefully be doing that in the future, but for today, we're going to be doing a prompt, essentially. Hey, Kiki! You did you fall asleep on stream? Also, cheers for the hydrate, Kiki. How are you? I'm very sorry if you don't like the Ephema voice, Neo, but you have to blame Pi, because Pi is the one who redeemed it. I just do the voices. I don't choose when they happen. Ooh, that coffee went straight to the back of my throat. All right, well, we're going to be having 5 more minutes of Ephema, because there you go, instant feedback. Pi, thank you for that. So you probably can see in the title of the stream, hey, a bookish obsession. Here but quietly existing because talking is still a bit too hard today. That is totally fine. We're happy to have you. Please enjoy lurking in the shadows. It is Friday morning, so I 100% understand. Especially because I had to wake up super early this morning and my brain just did not want to do anything. It's a thing on Twitch where you can sleep on stream with a cam on you. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I could sleep with people watching me. I wouldn't sleep. I would be too nervous. Performance anxiety. So this brings me to what we're doing today. A while ago, back, I guess, it was before March of 2021. That was just when it was published. I wrote this little short called The Time Between Times. And this was a random picture prompt, and how my random picture prompts work is that I just go onto a stock photo site, which I'm on them a lot of the time anyway, looking for cover, pictures that I can use for covers, or pictures that I can use for my blog, or whatever. And sometimes I find a particularly provocative image, which makes me think of a story. And that was the case with this picture right here in the background, which doesn't seem very exciting or interesting. But it sparked in me this idea of a rave. I don't know why. I don't know why I saw abandoned warehouse and instantly thought rave, but that's where my brain went. Know the Ephema voice will stay for a while. The voyeur stream fantasy. I know, right, Neo? I wrote this. This was just a little short based on the picture and the image that it sparked in my head. And I loved it so much. Actually, at the time I wrote this, I was thinking of discontinuing the shorts on my blog. I was having a really hard time writing them. I wasn't enjoying them as much anymore. They didn't feel fun. And I was really starting to struggle with them. And then I sat down and wrote this, and it just sort of revived my love for having this silly, fun writing time. And why am I so sniffly today? And since I wrote this, I've actually not really had much trouble writing these shorts. But this was a little story about a girl named Milani. And she's just your normal average teenage girl who runs off to hide in an abandoned warehouse to do her art. It's like her personal secret hiding space where she goes to get away from her parents and her family and her, the bustle of the town and everything. And so she has this little private place where she hangs out and she does her art, and it's super cool. And one night, while she is sneaking into her secret place, Milani crawls through a crack in the wall of the warehouse, and she ends up at a place called the Rave. The Rave is always happening because it happens in a time between times, a space between spaces. It is a liminal space, as Ephema would say. And essentially, she realizes that there are many, many people in this space where this party is taking place, and they're from many different times and many different spaces. Some of them are historical figures that she recognizes, such as Cleopatra. I think I established at some point that Shakespeare's in there somewhere. I don't know if I mentioned him by name just yet, but he's supposed to be there. And the idea is that this party is always happening. It's always there. And time doesn't really move while you're inside it. But you can leave and come back, essentially. And time will have advanced in a direction, not always forward. Kind of had a similar way of finding a couple of the ethereals, except I used paranormal games. Nice. If you are looking for the blog pie, let me just drop a link. It is actually, it's that megancutler.net that's up in, right there beside me. But this is the specific one that I'm talking about right now, if you'd like to read about the Rave. I don't know why I called it the Rave, but that's why I called it. And also, Milani meets a young gent while she is there. I don't remember his name. Hopefully it'll pop up on here somewhere. Darrow, of course. And this is essentially what she learns, is the rave happens between times. Normally it's always present, never quite the future, just about the past, but here time has no meaning. Everything has happened and yet can still be written. That means that nothing is impossible. Only the cleverest and most adventurous minds ever make their way into this space. And so that is essentially what the rave is. Oh, it's Nefertiri, not Cleopatra. My mistake. So, while you occupy this non-time, everything equalizes. The rave lasts forever, but only takes a moment. It happens, what happens within can shape the world outside, but only if you choose to make it so. Many save the rave for the rave to keep it from touching their outside life. You can talk to the greatest minds of any generation, experience the fashion and musical trends of any era, mingle with the crowd, and make new friends. And so this is the idea of the rave. It is a place that exists, but does not theoretically influence other times and spaces, but could. What I wanted to do when I wrote this, and what I want to do now, today, is I want to expand upon this. I want to revisit the rave. I want to have Milani go back and have another interaction with Darrow and learn a little bit more about how the rave actually works. And so I've been thinking about the rules of the rave, how it actually functions, what the details of this particular space are. And actually, it fits very well. I can't say too much because it would be spoilers, but it fits very well with my multiverse that all of my novels take place in. And it explains some of the phenomenon that happened in some of my books. This idea that at some point there was some damage done to parts of the universe, and it created this space between spaces, this little pocket of space-time where the rift takes place. And there are cracks in the wall that allow people to get in and out. And that's essentially that this space exists to fix a problem, to patch a bigger problem with the universe, but it is utilized by these other people, sort of like a little hole in the wall, sort of like this little party where they hang out and get away from the rest of the world. Hello, Banshee. Hello, how are you? Cheers. We have a hydrate. Oh, we have a stretch. And I have to get up to get the ears, so what I might do, because we're just about ready to start our first sprint, is I might just pop, I have to reheat my coffee, because if I don't, I won't be able to taste it, as we've established. I've done the hydrate with the water. I am good on that right now. I don't need to refill it, so I will just pop AFK 1 minute, grab the ears, reheat the coffee, and then once we get everything situated on my head, we will start the sprint. And I think we will be done with the Euphema voice by that time. But yes, so that is what's happening today, is I'm basically going to be expanding on this miniature setting. I don't think I'll ever have enough information. Wolfkeeper, hello, how are you? Euphema says hello. I don't think I'll ever have enough information about this particular setting to do a novel. I don't know if it would ever fit for a novel plot, but it works very well as like little shorts on my blog. So that's what this is. Let's see if I can put my display capture back to the size that it was before. Perfect. I might make it bigger today because I don't mind if you read the words that I'll be typing. It just means you might get a little less of the clicky-clacky cam. And I'm going to go get the ears. So if I do that, it should be right in the middle. Perfect. Save as The Rave Part 2. Can you guys still see me? Yeah, the typing is pretty well. I can get that a little bit more in frame. Perfect. the Rave Part 2, and let me get those ears for Halo's Redeems. Doing okay working on fanfics? Glad to hear it, glad to hear it. I'm doing some for fun writing today, always nice. I shall be back one moment. I won't even go into BRB mode, I'll just be a quick pop. Alright, I got ears. I've got ears, and I've got a hat, and I've got glasses. It's happening, Halo, it's happening. Slowly creating lore for my novel. Nice, Neo. That's awesome. Rune Wolf, hello, hello. How is it going? While I am positioning all of these objects on my head, if any of you are looking at the points redeems and are like, what do these accents mean? Ephema is the voice I was just doing. She's my Wood Witch character from Winds of Chaos. She's an old lady warlock, and she doesn't give a shit about anything. And then we have, I believe I listed it as the Polly voice, which is like Valley Girl, kind of like a lumpy space princess light, if you know what I mean. And then we have Southern Belle, which involves a lot of Southern twang. Kind of over the top sort of thing. Not an accent that I expect anyone ever actually talks in. Just, you know, exaggerated. And then we have Jakella. She's the hardest one for me to do in the morning. She's a little bit higher pitched than Scion Striker. But she sounds a lot like this. So if you're ever wondering what you get with any of those accent redeems, that's it. So there's some previews. I don't have a choose any accent redeem like Ghost Pepper does, because I don't think I could do Carrot slowly giving into entropy or whatever it was that Bard Owl had him do that one time. But as I develop new voices, I will add some in the future. I am working on a Scion Striker redeem, but it involves a prop that is not here yet. I can feel these ears slowly falling off of my head. But for now, hopefully that's in frame. And now we just have to add the glasses. Seals Apple, hello, how are you? How's it going? There we go. It is complete. The triad. The triple redeem. All of the things that I put on my head. This is very precarious right now. I was about to say that sounds like Striker. Yes, Striker was very loosely based on, I have this D&D character, Jakella. She's a dwarf. She's basically Jekyll and Hyde. So she's this really cute, sweet, sugary, princess-like dwarven figure. But she's a barbarian, so when her friends are in trouble or when she gets attacked, she flies into a rage and she becomes, she's much more, oh gosh. Corbo, no! Yes, she flies into a rage and she becomes much more deep in the voice. And then, she yells and growls, and it hurts my throat sometimes. But, normally she talks a lot like this. And she's very flowery and very sweet. Unless you make her mad, don't make her mad. And she's 100% based on Jekyll and Hyde. Can't hide the fact that I did it that way. And I did borrow a lot of her vocal, mannerisms when I made Scion Striker. He's a little bit lower and a bit more whimsical. Jakella is a bit more of the ho-ho-ho anime girl kind of, voice. Yes. So there you go. I don't have a wide range of vocal talents, but that's what they are. Sounds kind of like a Marionetta, except I wouldn't quite call her princess-like. Doing all right, burning a new candle, and doing some chores around the apartment. Nice! I hope those chores are nice and smooth. I hope they go easily. I'm gonna start a writing prompt. Yes, but I'm also gonna start a writing sprint. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm gonna start a writing sprint. So, I'm gonna give extra time on the Jakella voice, because I won't be talking as much while I'm typing, so we'll be Jakella for this sprint, and possibly a little bit after, so I hope you're enjoying the high-pitched wonderfulness that is this voice. It's 11 o'clock and it still feels too early in the morning for me. That's because I had to wake up before the sun, you guys. I don't do mornings. But I will say I popped into the grocery store and bought these really delicious stuffed mushrooms for lunch, and I'm looking forward to eating them after the stream. I know, Neo, I thought it was weird that you didn't like the Euphema voice, because this is the one that I assume is the most obnoxious. But, you know, if it's what people want, it's what they get. This is also, when we play Monster Prom, this is also the voice that I use for Miranda, the undersea princess. That's my princessy, sugary pink princessy voice. Darshri has a high-pitched Scottish accent. Ooh, that sounds amazing. Also being a gnome who was adopted by the Treberman. Oh, that sounds so cool, Rune Wolf. I love that. Alright, let's make sure, before I start the sprint, let's make sure I remember how to spell my own character names, because I'm very bad at that. So this character was, did I change the spelling of her name throughout the thing? Okay, it's Milani. I can't look down very well because this hat will fall right off my head.
I think I did. I think I did change the spelling a couple times. So we have Milani, and we have Darrow. And I know we mentioned Alexander the Great and Nefertiti as well. I don't know if they'll be in this one, but they were in the last one. And I think that's it. I think that's all I need. Just want to make sure that if I'm continuing a story, I spell the names properly. Oh my gosh, Neo, for a second there, I thought you said the gnome was adopted by a baguette. I was like, this baguette lore is getting out of control.
Well, there you go, you guys. It finally happened. The hat finally went flying off my head.
Alright, let's see. Let's see if we can get it back for a few minutes. It's just not... The ears just don't have the strength today. I don't know why. Let's do it that way. Someday, writing is gonna happen on this stream, I promise. That's even worse than it was before. This is so precarious. Alright. I'm gonna start a sprint timer and see what happens. I kept in surprise from the hat you did. That was a genuine squeal, you guys. I was like, oh no, it almost fell on my water glass. I'm just gonna be honest. I thought that water and coffee were just gonna be everywhere. But I managed to knock it out of the way of my water glass with my hand. With great baguette power comes great baguette responsibilities. Neo, use your powers well. Let's have 20 minutes on the clock and see where that goes. Oh, I wonder, you guys probably still can't read those. Can you read the text? Is it big enough? Let me know. Let me know if it's readable. I can make it a couple inches bigger. Neo, are you looking at a really small screen though? Okay. Kane, California, thank you so much for the follow. This has been a weird couple moments, so I apologize. How are you, friend? Welcome in. This isn't my usual voice, I promise. Now you can read it? Okay. Alright. Good, thank you, Neo. Full screen on my TV, so I think it should be okay for everyone. Thank you for letting me know, Neo. It's much smaller for me, so... And I'm reading it on a different screen, so... I genuinely can't tell if people don't tell me. And I don't need to hide the words today, so... Lomi, how's it going? Came for the clicky clack cam, but what I'm really digging is the hand warmers. Yeah, they're blue today. And they help me keep my hands toasty. Without getting in the way of my fingers. Cause I need to know where these little notches are in order to type. Not that I don't often put my hands on the wrong keys anyway. I think that was 10 minutes, guys. The hat decided it was done. Lomi, how are you?
Reworking the outline for the second half of my current project instead of writing puts me another day behind, but maybe I'll be faster if I actually know what I'm supposed to be writing. I generally do go faster if I know where I want to go with something, so I understand not wanting to take the time, but also the benefit of taking the time. I hope it helps. Wish I could join a D&D session with Ghost, but I'm too shy for it and the evil power of time zones. I mean, if you would like to be a guest player on Winds of Chaos, Neo, I can let Ghost know that you would want to do that. I don't know when it would happen. That would be something that would have to be figured out in the future, but I think that you would be welcome to be a guest player. Oh, you would not be horrible, Neo. It would be so much fun. I'm trying to think of what this can be. So I already used a crack in the wall. I'd love to type like you. I know it's only training, but heck, I mean, practice makes perfect. I don't know if you'd ever type like this on a PlayStation. I would say if you want to type quickly and it's something you struggle with, make sure you have, like I have a full-size keyboard. I find it's easier to type quickly and consistently with the keyboard that accommodates my hands. A smaller keyboard makes it much harder. Because your fingers bump into each other. And just practice. Practice. And it's alright if you don't know anything about D&D. Many of the players of Winds of Chaos were new to D&D at the time that the campaign started. Kali had never played until Winds of Chaos. And now he runs his own campaign. When I use the word vivid again, I want to use a descriptive word. Alright. First sprint, 885 words. Pretty consistent with where I've been starting my sprints lately. So there we go. I have basically gotten Milani, our main character, our POV character, back into the rave, back into the space that we kind of are wanting to talk about here. I probably need to peek and remember a little bit more about our boy Darrow here. Ooh, baritone. I wonder why I made him a baritone. Probably because I love that tone of voice. Oh, okay, I made him very steampunky. Alright. That should sufficiently prepare me. Because our friend Darrow is gonna come back here in the next sprint, hopefully. Oh, sorry for the yawning. So basically, the dynamic here is that, we have Milani, who is new to the rave and so is still learning about it. And we have Darrow, who has been there an unknown number more times than our friend Milani. And so, basically, she's come back here. She's looking for him. She's hoping to talk to him more, even though she doesn't know where / when he comes from. And of course, because I can't disappoint, he's gonna show up and tell us some more stuff. Almost done with this outline, figuring out the ending. Endings are hard. I still have a lot to do, and I need to fit it into 30K. Which book is this? Is this for the Spectrum? Did you say if this was for the Spectrum one? Is this for the Spectrum Blade series, or is this your other series? Your Browse series? 37 words is 37 words you didn't have before, Laurel. Exactly, like Neo said. Mine always end up tenor. Gee, it's almost like if you have a favorite type of voice, it shows up a lot. Yeah. Tenor's good too, though, let's be honest. If you're like, wow, she has, like, weird, appreciation for male vocal parts. Yes, I do. Give me all the singing. Thank you. Please, and also, thank you. So yeah, I don't think this particular scene is going to be super long, because usually when I write these shorts, I try to have some goal in mind. Like, so even if I'm trying to fulfill a prompt, I usually want to do something with the scene, express something with the scene so that it feels complete and satisfying in some way. And so kind of the goal that I have with this particular short is that I want to explain more about the rave. It's kind of becoming its own character, this like space in which this party is endlessly taking place. And so I basically want to have Milani and Darrow meet up, develop their friendship a little bit more, but also to have Milani learn a bit more about the rules of this liminal space. And so my plan is for Darrow, who's sort of in the know, to answer her questions and in that way sort of express to the reader what my thoughts about how this space works are. That was a bad sentence, but that's what I'm doing. This is for the fantasy romance series. Nice. I need these short, non-emotionally heavy palate cleanser projects between installments for Spectrum, especially since the next book for that is where everything goes bad. I feel you. That's why I do these writing prompts. Over in the Aravalia Chronicles, I mentioned this yesterday, but over in the Aravalia Chronicles, I'm writing book 12, and everyone's having a bad time. Domran's having a particularly bad time. I can't really say what he's going through right now, but it does involve broken bones. And my other characters are just, like, ready to flip tables because of everything that's going on. So it's nice to have a scene to write about a party. Is Domran ever having a good time? You know, every now and then he gets to have a good time. I'm not that mean. But there was the transition between books 11 and 12 were pretty rough for Domran. I'm gonna be honest. He's in a spot of trouble at the moment, and it's not fun. It's not the most fun for him. But I don't remember if I mentioned this on or off camera, because I'm writing book 12 of the Aravalia Chronicles, there's so much setup, and there's so much that has already happened in, like, the previous books that everything is, like, pure payoff. So there's so many things that have been set up in previous books that it's just constantly, like, there's so many callbacks, and there's so many things that have been long in the development that are, like, going off now, and it's super fun. But it is, the second half of that book is going to pretty much be this giant epic battle. So having stuff like this that I can write just in the interim, that's just for fun, that's super lighthearted, that doesn't require me to keep track of 3 million things, it's really nice. So I 100% get having a fun little side series that you can just put together, and it doesn't have to be, you don't have to spend 3 hours being like, did I put everything in exactly the right place for these 5 other books to make sense? Domran have a good time when he's with his good friend Neo, but it's not in the books. I am sad to inform you that Domran is not friends with any baguettes. If he meets a baguette, he eats a baguette, and that's how it goes. This may be the origin of the Tears in a Baguette story, because the Baguette's family is always sending members of their family to interact with Domran, and he just eats them because he thinks they're just delicious bread. The baguette makes him happy, right? Because it tastes good? Absolutely. Absolutely. Enemy? Enemy or frenemy? You decide. But yeah, no, Domran totally likes him a good bread. A good bread. Absolutely. Thing is, if this is canon, Domran doesn't have much of a sweet tooth. He has, like, one specific type of cake/pastry that he likes, and he doesn't really eat a lot of sweet things. So bread is something that he would enjoy a lot, like, because it's not necessarily, doesn't even necessarily have to be super savory bread. But because he doesn't eat a lot of sweet stuff, I imagine that something he would consider a treat would be, like, you know, oven fresh bread, or like a really good, like, herb loaf or something like that, because it's more to his taste. It's more to his taste palette. So I think he would have a good appreciation of bread. Baguettes are a good time for Domran, like Homestar Runner's hit song, bread is a good time for everybody. Yeah, that sounds accurate. That sounds accurate. Give that man a loaf of, like, fresh baked urban cheese bread and a cup of black coffee, and he's in seventh heaven. You talk like I am a baguette. I schmooze the baguette. That's true. That's true, Neo. That's true. Look, then I think you and Domran would be good friends because you would be a good source of baguettes that he could eat. it all works out. Right? Vella's the complete opposite. Cute, sweet's far away from her. Could they make her hyper? Yeah, no. It's funny because I do a lot of those hashtag games on Twitter, and they're always like, what would your main character eat for a treat? And I'm like, Domerin has no sweet tooth, so he would eat like steak and potatoes. So he does like orange cream. That is the one sort of sweet flavor, like orange creamsicle. I don't know if orange dreamsicles are a thing in Aravalia, but if they are, Domerin likes them. Hey, Comf, how are you? What is up? How is it going? Are you working today? And if so, I hope it's going well. I don't know. I don't know how we got off on the Domerin tangent, but yeah, I think Domerin likes bread. Also, I don't think, like, if somebody put cake, like, if someone baked a cake and put it in front of him, he wouldn't be like, ew, cake. He would eat it. Just, like, if he goes to, like, when you go to the coffee shop and they have, like, the pastry case there, he wouldn't really be interested in most of the things that are in the pastry case. He's not a, like, he's not a coffee and donuts kind of person. Work is making me, oh no! Comf, I hope everything is okay. If you would like to talk about why work is making you feel that way, you can. I don't know if you can say, but if you can and you want to, feel free. I can't say too much, but Ghost had a challenging day at work yesterday. He helps with the coverage, with sick coverage and stuff at work. And so sometimes they have to cover classes internally because a teacher has to go home unexpectedly or whatever. And it was a kind of, there were things happening at the school yesterday that required that sort of internal shuffle. And I think he had a bit of a frustrating time. But he had a nice restful evening, and so hopefully he's having a better day today. Comf's name always brings a smile to my face too, and it's so fun to say. FedEx shipments are missing, problems made by others that I have to handle. Oh no, first of all, I hate it when I have to solve other people's problems, but also shipping has just been the worst lately. We've had so many, like, mail and shipping and, like, transit delays. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I don't know if Mumbles is still around, but Mumbles sent us this really cute, sweet Christmas card. And she made this little sticker for me. I don't know how well you can see it, if the camera will focus on it, but she made this little sticker for me of my little avatar. And I love it so much. So, Mumbles, if you're still hanging out, thank you for that. She made one for Ghost too, and I almost stole his, because I kind of wanted them both. But he was like, no, I want one. I want mine. But his is really cute too. It's him with a big suit on. Now it's not gonna focus on me because I had it focus on something up close. But it was super cute. Thank you, Mumbles. I forgot to show it off yesterday, but I love it so much. Mumbles is amazing. If you guys need anything, if you need emotes, avatar, or whatever, Mumbles is amazing. Check her out. I have hired her to do all of the emotes on my channel. Were done by her, and they're all adorable. You know how it feels some days. Hope work is going right with you. Indeed. Neo does handle a lot of other people's problems. Give Athena coffee and she's your best friend. Nice. Domerin this is literally establishing canon. Domerin is the kind of person where if you walk into his house and go to the coffee machine and basically knock the, it's not the carafe, the part that holds the grinds, but if you basically knock the part that holds the grounds into place and hit the button, his kitchen is always ready to spit out coffee. Every time, like, he's made a pot of coffee, he clears it out, puts fresh grounds in, so that you basically just have to bump and hit the button and you can have fresh coffee. That's kind of how, that's like Damarin's coffee attitude, is like always ready for a cup of coffee anytime, day or night, because beer and coffee is basically what he lives off of, so. Hey Peter, how are you? What is up? Yeah, people talk about character quirks, right? And how to make a character feel more realistic by having like these little bits and details of knowledge about them. So that's like one of Damarin's character quirks is like he basically is always ready to make coffee. You can walk into his house at 3 a.m. and have coffee in 5 minutes. Because he's just always ready because of the type of life he leads and because he doesn't sleep as often as most people. Like, he's just always ready to produce coffee, essentially. I'm gonna take a quick break because I just realized that I've done the like 20 minutes of yammering thing again. So I'm gonna take a quick break because we haven't had a proper one. Please feel free to get up, stretch, grab a drink, take medication if you need to. I am checking. I took mine this morning. And we'll come back with more productivity. We'll actually get our boy Darrow into the scene to tell us a bit more about this rave. I have 4 coffee machines in my house. Neo, you're amazing. If all of them are ready at any given time to make coffee, that's paradise right there. Peter's sleepy but okay. About the same. I had to get up super early to go to the blood clinic today. Alright. Break, as promised. All right, I am back. Comf actually using my standing desk for once. Nice. I feel like my legs would revolt. I use it a lot less than I thought I would, but I'm glad to still have it. So is yours one of the ones that goes, like, it can be sitting or standing? Instead of having to be, like, standing all the time? I need to get one of those little, like, things that you, like, move your feet on underneath the desk. Like one of those little mini, like, bikes or something. I do have an exercise bike that I do in the evening when I'm reading. But I would love to have something that goes under my desk. My lower back gets tired because I need to improve my posture. Yeah, I don't know if you probably can't see it, but I have this. Got this when we got our new chairs. Little lumbar pillow. If you're finding that your lower back is fatigued, one thing that can help is having a lumbar support pillow. It basically goes into that little small of your back area where the little dip is. And it gives you that support and it helps you to sit up. It is Yumi! It is! I just got it because I don't play League of Legends. I just thought it was super cute, but it is 100% Yumi. You're the first person to actually recognize the character of the pillow. And it's really helpful. It helps you sit in that position without fatiguing or putting too much pressure on your back. And you can tell when you have the lumbar support in the right place, because if you have it in the wrong place and you lean on it, it will put pressure on your back. So I started using a lumbar support pillow about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, and it has made a huge difference for me with back pain. So if you're having like trouble with posture or with your chair, highly recommend checking out lumbar support pillows. But yeah, standing desks are great. I unfortunately don't have an adjustable one. My desk just is is just this height. But this chair, the Secret Lab chair that we just got, you buy the chair based on your height. So I have the smallest one because I'm short. But it's perfect because when I sit in the chair the way I'm supposed to sit in the chair, my feet are perfectly flat on the floor. The chair is at the right height for ergonomics. And Ghost has a bigger chair. He has the same company, same year, make of chair, but his is bigger because his frame is bigger. I'm very small, yes. I'm fun size. Always ready to spit the black water juice. I mean, Neo, it sounds like you and I would get along. In the bedroom, kitchen, basement, living room. Nice. Nice. Comf does stream. If you're not following Comf, you guys totally should. In fact, let's do... and while I'm at it, let me spell it right. Lomi streams as well. Give her a follow. Why did that not... Is that not your Twitch name? Why didn't the shout out do the proper thing? Did I put too much space in there? What the heck? But it should put, if you notice the way it did it for Comf, where it put twitch.tv/Comf, although I capitalized it, so hopefully that worked properly. It did. When I shout out Comf, it puts twitch.tv/Comf, but when I did your name, it didn't put your name after the twitch.tv for some reason. So I've done it manually. Lomi is also a writer, and she does, I think you do, I've seen you do 3D models for your dolls. I don't know if you stream your doll stuff, but Lomi does a lot of stuff for Korean ball jointed dolls. She makes clothes. She makes the actual, like, the face plates. I don't know much about it, so Lomi, please feel free to correct me because I don't know all of the technical terms, but she does tons of stuff like that. So you can check. I don't know if she's ever done like sprint streams the way I do, but I know she does writing related stuff. So check her out. Comf does a lot of productivity and Pomodoro stuff, as well as cute, sweet games. So check both of them out. And yeah, sorry that weirdly did not, I copied and pasted your name into the thing, so it was the right name. It's so weird. Even if the name is wrong, it should still try to create the URL for it. So weird. Mostly done arts and crafts in the past year, but I'm hoping to start streaming some writing. Nice! Speaking of writing, the thing that I'm supposed to be doing, let's do some of it! Twitch being Twitch. Probably you're right, Comf. It would be weird for it to be a cooldown because I've done, like, groups of shoutouts before, but I guess it could be. Oh yeah, I don't remember when I last updated you, Lomi, but I finished the game where you date your dolls because they come to life. It was really weird. The last couple storylines were pretty weird. But I finished it. I did not get to date my best friend. I'm very sad about that. She was my favorite. She was also her character was based on a doll, but she was not a doll in the game. So whatever, I couldn't date her, but she was my favorite. I think all of the characters, except for the main character that you play, like your like avatar character and the like grandfather, were based on doll models. But you could only date the 5 like boy dolls. Sag. Have moved to making my own original head sculpts lately. Not ambitious enough to do bodies, but make fantasy parts on my own. Claws, hands, and elf ears. I know you made a sword as well, although I think you 3D printed it, but yeah, Lomi has made tons of really amazing things. I wouldn't even know where to start with the kind of stuff that Lomi makes. So, I always feel like when people are like, wow, like you write so many words and stuff, I'm like, yeah, but it's not like a fucking actual sword that you can hold in your hands. That Lomi made from scratch from her brain. But I will do the productivity as promised. Oh, Neo, you hush. You are quite talented. You sold, what was it, 34 copies of your first book? That's pretty awesome. Especially considering that you've only been writing for, what, like a year and a half? I will have none of this, you disparaging yourself. It is not nothing. Oh my god. Thank you, Lomi. wants me to capitalize that, doesn't it? Comf, don't make me come over there. Exactly. I definitely have some books that have not sold 34 copies. Yeah, you could have sold more if there were more copies of it. That's awesome, though, Neo. Like, I can't stress enough that selling any amount of copies of a book that you've written yourself is a big deal. should just copy her name so I don't have to keep remembering how to spell it. Life hack for you writers out there. If you've made up a weird fantasy name, or even are just using a name that you can't remember how to spell, just copy and paste it, because it'll save you tons of time, and then you'll always have it right. Unless you spelled it wrong the first time, in which case, find and replace. Move my revised outline to my laptop. Maybe can write for a few minutes in the car. Good luck! Thank you so much for hanging out, Lomi. I hope you have a good rest of the day, and good luck with your project. Neil, I'm sure people did not buy it by mistake. If they bought it by mistake, they would bring it back and try to exchange it. They bought it because they were interested in something that you wrote. Like, I understand that feeling of, oh yeah, someone misclicked or something, but it's not really how it works. Most people don't spend money on something accidentally. Bard, hello, hello. Thank you for those bits. Also, my journal came today. So excited. I feel like I started talking to you as soon as you went into lurk mode. Good luck with the call. Let me know when you come back. I will talk to you. I hope that headache stays away. Do y'all enjoy your lurk? Ooh, I did not even notice that the timer had run out. Let us see how many words. That was 995. Should have just written 5 more words. No worries there. We're at 1,880. I almost said 1,180. 1,880. And I think if I hit somewhere in the area of 2,500, I'll be happy with this. It might not even be that long, but hopefully that means it's only about 600-700 words, so that would be perfect. I have to remember all of the... In my head, I have a logical amount of information that I want to put into the short, but it's organized in, like, fact outline form in my head. And so I have to translate it into conversation. So right now, they're sort of explaining, Darrow is sort of explaining to Milani that because it is always present, it is always the present in the rave, it seems as though time stops for you outside. Bard, welcome back! I'm so glad that your journal came, and also that your headache is mostly gone. I hope it completely goes away and stays away. Knock on wood. And I hope you love the day planner. I'm so excited that you and Apple are giving them a try. I hope they work out as well for you as they have for me. Mine is right over here. I think I can safely show... So I have a slightly different layout in mine this time because it has the weeks in between the months. But I don't think I have anything on here that is like... that I can't show aside from maybe some of this, but I basically have like my writing goals are down there, and then my like these colorful ones are like the like health and fitness goals. And then I have my stickers that I put in. And then I have my schedule for the week. Like mine's all color coded. So I have my schedule for the week, what I plan on doing. And then my habit tracker, which is like my yoga and my reading and my exercise bike and stuff. And then I use the like this section down here is like my journaling section. I also bought extra stickers. Nice. Yeah, the stickers make it fun. I was so excited and I tried to tell Ronnie all about it, and he was like, "I'm happy for you, question mark." I know, right? The funny thing was, when I wanted to buy the stickers last year for last year's day planner, because I have like a 500 sticker pack, so there's plenty in there for this year too. But when I wanted to buy them, I was explaining to Ghost, I was like, I want to get some stickers for my day planner, and I know it won't count as business, or I was like, I want to get some stickers and it won't count as a business expense. And he's like, well, what stickers do you want? And I was explaining what they're for. And he's like, oh, they're for your day planner. And I was like, yeah, they're not just like everywhere stickers. And he was like, well, your day planner's for business, so that's kind of a business expense. And I was like, yes. So like, I think he doesn't entirely get it, but he also gets it. Like, he's not gonna have a day planner and get excited about writing in it and sticking stickers in it, but he understands that I get excited about that. But you can gush about day planner stuff with me anytime. 100%. I'm all for it. Ghost is very like he jokes about he jokes and I joke about our relationship, but he's actually very supportive of all this kind of stuff. Kane, California, I've been well, thank you for asking. Glad to hear it. I hope you're having a good day. That reminds me, I forgot to check. I'll do it on the screen that's not on stream, but I gotta check on my Pusheen plushie that I ordered for myself, but it hasn't shipped yet. Sage. Soon. I ordered myself a plushie of Pusheen eating a cookie. Yes. Yes. Can I show it? Hang on. Let me see if I can show it without showing my address accidentally. If I pull this tab out. Is that hopefully not showing? That's hopefully not showing the part with my address on it. But this is the plushie I ordered. It's Pusheen eating a cookie. Did I go to school for writing, or am I self-taught? I'm mostly self-taught. I did take a writing class in college. But I think you mostly learn writing from just writing. And reading. Also, hello, simple-minded individual. Welcome in. So yeah, I bought this Pusheen plushie. I'm super excited about it. Pusheen eating a cookie. I almost got, there's also one of Pusheen eating an ice cream, and I almost got the ice cream one, but I got the cookie one because I don't know, it just seemed cuter. So I'm excited. I don't have any like actual official Pusheen merch or anything, so this will be my first one, which I'm excited about. Email from Amazon KDP about the KDP fund for the month of December. So yeah. Sorry, stretch. I had been having a rough health time lately, which I've talked about on and off on stream. And so I was like, I just want something cute and warm and fuzzy. And Ghost was like, you should get something cute and warm and fuzzy. And that was what I picked, was a Pusheen plushie. Um, so yeah, there's a thing called, I don't know if anyone's familiar with these, but I think it's like squishmallows, which I think are like a type of squishable, that are like, they're like big they are almost like big pillow things in the shape of like different animals. I almost got the Squishmallows octopus, but I went with Pusheen instead. Hey, it's only been an age. It does feel like it's been a while, but hey, Sapphic Panic, I was offline for a couple weeks as well, so how are you? The Squishmallows are big squishy pillows and they're very squishable. Yes, they have one that's a little cute little octopus, and I almost got that one, but then I went with Pusheen. They sometimes sell the Squishmallows at like our local grocery store, and every now and then I almost buy one. And then I don't, because I don't know, willpower? I don't know. I talk myself out of things all the time. So this time I talked myself into a Pusheen plushie. So stress, chaotic, need to defrag. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're stressed, but I hope we can help with the defragging bit. I hope you had some time to relax over the holiday. It sounds like maybe not, but I hope you had some time to relax over the holiday. Been a long time since I've written something. Sorry to hear that, but maybe today will be the day. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We are going to be doing one more writing sprint here in a few minutes. Hopefully that should theoretically be enough for me to finish this. So as I was saying, before we got distracted by Pusheen and day planners, not that I'm sad. So the idea is that in this liminal space where this rave happens, this time between times, it's always the present for the person who enters. Time doesn't move outside while you're there, but you can leave and come back. And so it will always be the present for you and for everyone else there, but it doesn't necessarily happen in chronicle linear order for everyone. So the people that you meet at the rave, you might be encountering them at different points in their timeline, and it's inconsistent, right? So the second visit for our main character, Milani, could be the fifth visit for her friend Darrow, but then her third visit might be his third visit or his eighth visit. And so the people that you encounter, you sort of encounter them out of order. I also want to touch a little bit on why people think that space is there, which I kind of mentioned earlier in the stream, is because there was some kind of damage done to sort of the space-time of the multiverse, and this little pocket of space-time in which the rave takes place is kind of like a bandage. It's a thing that the universe sort of created to contain and deal with this damage that has sort of happened to the multiverse. And as a result of sort of creating this patch, it has sort of opened these holes in space-time, which is what allows people to get in there and have this sort of rave as well. So I might throw in a couple of more arbitrary rules, like you're not supposed to tell anyone about the rave unless they find it for themselves, because they won't understand it and they'll just think you're crazy. Little stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like I had come up with a bunch of other stuff that I wanted to put in here, and I'm just blanking on it. But I'm gonna take a quick break here in a minute, and hopefully it'll come back to me. Thanks, Comf. This is a thing that just kind of off the cuff came to me, and I'm sort of developing it as I go. And like I said earlier, I don't think I would ever have enough content for it to make it like a setting in one of my novels. I don't think it would I don't think there's enough to it to make a like big story out of it, but it does make for an interesting group of little shorts. And of course, one of the things that I'm sort of weaving into it, it's probably fairly obvious for regular fantasy readers, but is the idea that when Darrow met Milani, he was much more familiar with her than she was with him, and probably at some point the scales will tip and Milani will meet a much younger Darrow who doesn't know her and have the leg up on him the same way that he had the leg up on her. So the idea that this relationship happens, this beautiful, beautiful friendship happens out of order, but still is able to be this beautiful friendship, right? That sometimes the order of operations doesn't necessarily matter as much as the sentiment is a little bit what I'm going for. But yeah, I just thought it would be kind of cool to develop a bit more information about this little weird setting that sort of exists in the back of my brain. And I am always fascinated with the idea of liminal space. So for anyone who's like, what is liminal space? You keep talking about it. Liminal spaces are crossroad spaces, transitional spaces, any place that is on the threshold of another place. And so in like physical terms, in like the real world, liminal spaces are like truck stops and gas stations. But in fantasy and sci-fi terms, or even in horror terms, liminal spaces become, they also become crossroads between the physical world and the spiritual world, or between the physical world and other realms, right? And so they become this sort of mystery, this sort of, this place, almost like the Bermuda Triangle, where weird things often happen, unexplainable things often happen, but it's normal for that space because it's liminal space. And so this is sort of like a cosmic liminal space that touches a bunch of other places. It's sort of this crossroads between dimensions and between spaces and times. That almost functions like a interdimensional, interspatial, intertime related rest stop, is sort of like what it is in my head. And so it's just really fun to play with that kind of concept of like how people would move in and out of that space and what they would do while they were there. Again, I don't think it's big enough or well developed enough that I could make a novel out of it, but it's fun to play with. So I think I'm gonna take one more quick break, do one last refresh on my coffee, because like I said, if it gets too cold, I just stop tasting it. Although this coffee is very flavorful, so that helps. So I'm gonna take one more quick like 2-minute break. And we're going to do one more sprint and hopefully wrap this up. Hopefully I'll remember everything I wanted to put in. Sometimes I write these scenes and then I'm like, oh dang, I forgot about this thing I wanted to do with that. So hopefully I remember everything that I want to put in there. And then we'll see who's around for a raid. So I will be right back. Hello, I am back. Neo, which Dahmer cam would you like? Would you like the, would you like this Dahmerin? Would you like this Dahmerin? Or would you like the plushie Dahmerin? If we have plushie Dahmerin, we will temporarily not have, clicky clack cam, but that is okay. If that is what you want. You would like the grumpy one? Sure thing. Let's have a grumpy Dahmerin. We'll put him up here. We'll put him up here. Heck yeah. Let me make it a little smaller so that you can see. I'm not sure why it's not showing his, hang on. Cute little curl there. There we go. Dahmerin the Grumpus. Just had a lentil and cabbage wrap with sriracha sauce. That sounds delicious. I love cabbage wraps. He is cute. I know, right? He's so cute when he's grumpy, which is pretty much always. So there we go. We have little grumpy Dahmerin. This was also made by the fabulous Mumbles, like I mentioned earlier. And her cute little, for anyone who didn't see it, her cute little sticker of me. Well, my theory is that one of the reasons this Dahmerin is so grumpy is because he doesn't like being cute. So that has started prematurely. There we go. All right. So I did pretty much plan everything that I want to put in here while I was AFK. Hopefully I can fit it into another 20 minutes because then it's time to go make lunch. All right. Let's do it. Got clicky clack. We got Dahmerin. We got clicky clackies. Yeah, I have some delicious stuffed mushrooms. One of the things that I do when I have to go to the blood clinic because I have to get up so early. I saw your sketch of him and it was so good. I didn't know you were good at drawing. Oh, thank you, Bard. I do not feel like I am at all good at drawing, but I do occasionally doodle to try and get a sense of my characters. There's a description in the first Aravalia book where one of the characters, Clara, is watching a video, like a recording of an interview with Dahmerin, and she notes that from the right side he looks very severe and stern, but from the left side he looks like a fun guy because that's the side with the scar and the earrings. So I have a drawing that I jokingly refer to as a left side Dahmerin, because it shows him from the left side with the scar and the earring. I really would like to draw more often than I do. I feel like I don't make enough time for doing it, so I'm not very good at it, but Thank you. I do appreciate that. So I used to always try to do Inktober, but I've kind of fallen off the bandwagon because there's always so much going on. All right. Let's make sure my hand socks are not being weird. Sorry, I've just gotten some texts and a weird phone call. Apparently I might have to contact Amazon about my order. It's weird. Like how my husband is like, don't give them any info other than your name and order number, as if I don't know how to deal with scams. Sorry, riveting content here. Me asking me asking my husband what this weird call was. He said that Amazon was going to contact me about an order. About an issue with an order. But they didn't leave a voicemail. If it was actually Amazon, wouldn't you think that they would leave you a voicemail? Or, like, mark your order with an issue or something? I'm just trying to see if they, like, I don't see any marks on my account or any... All I ever get are spam. Yeah, well, same. And I think they called while I was walking home. It's an 866 number, which makes me think, I think 86, but I don't know if that's specifically Amazon. It does say that it's Amazon. If I type in the number 1-866-216-1072, it says it's from Amazon. Amazon customer service. This is an actual toll-free number for Amazon. However, if it calls you, it is most likely a scam call spoofing the number. Interesting. This is the actual toll-free number for Amazon. However, if it calls you, it is most likely a scam call spoofing the number. It shows up as Amazon Logistics, incoming but outgoing just as Amazon. Amazon is unlikely to call you about suspicious activity and unlikely to call you in general. That's what it seems like to me. Alright, so it probably was a scam, but I can call Amazon later and make sure that there's no issue with my order. Sorry, little interlude there. Their Mark is also worried about the stuff they're stealing, while meanwhile our heroine is liberating his Oh, I missed the first part. Have an idea for a story. If I do it right, it'll be lots of fun. On the surface, the plot opens on a gang of bandits who have been hired by our heroine to steal something very valuable and important from a man who doesn't know the value of what he has. So they're robbing a train. I love this already. The bandits go through, steal everything that they can carry, and move to the back to crack the safe. Their Mark is so worried about the stuff they're stealing, while meanwhile our heroine is liberating his unwilling betrothed. Part of the whole gambit is that she needs to convince her love to come with her willingly, and she does so by showing clearly what the man really values. Interesting. I love the sound of that. Anything train heist, and I'm instantly in. Oh gosh. Yeah, I think you're right, Comf. I think it was a scam call. Being French sucks? Why do you say that, Neo? Oh, probably won't be able to catch Comf's stream. I mean, you might have some overlap. You catch my streams. Comf is in the same time zone as me, I think. All right. Let's do the thing for reals now. The thing. You know, the thing. This thing. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Comf is in my same time zone. I don't know when she streams, but I mean, you catch me and Ghost on stream, so I'm sure you'll catch Comf from time to time. It's 9:57 p.m. here. Oh gosh, yes. It is, oh, maybe you are 1 hour ahead of me, Comf Comf, because it is 12:59 here. So Comf Comf is actually 1 hour closer to you, Dio. So there you go. Enjoy your lurk, Comf Comf. Good luck with the programming practice. book title reference drop. Yes. We can probably turn off Tamarind. There we go. It's me again. Hey, Supernatural, how are you? Cheers on the hydrate. And a stretch. Ooh, nice. A nice stretch. Oh, I just had an idea, but it won't fit in this particular short, so I'm gonna have to keep revisiting this setting. It's gonna be great. Oh, I love writing about this space. It's so much fun. Also, thank you, Supernatural Writer. I hope writing is going well for you as well. Hey, Vinyl, how's it going? Lurking while working, good luck with the short story. Thank you. It's going very well. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. I think I'm gonna blow right past the sprint timer here to finish it, but I'm really happy with how it's coming out. I hope your work is going well, and I hope you're feeling well. Catching up on a month's worth of sales. Oh no, time goes by too fast and things pile up. I can imagine that it's really easy to fall behind on that stuff during the holidays. Also, I know the sprint timer ended, but I'm in the zone here, so I'm just gonna keep going. Whoops, what should I do? Alright, I think I went like an extra 10 minutes, but whatever. All of the information that I wanted to put in this has spilled out of my brain now. So we're at 3,560. I think we stopped at like 1,800, so that was a lot that just fell out of my brain. I think it was there, because the last thing I mentioned was the Wibble Wobble. So that was 1,680, almost double what I had written prior. Sometimes writing be like that. And that's it, 3,560 words. I'm gonna call this The Rules of the Rave. It's a nice little side interlude here with some speculation about the rave, how it works, why it got there. This liminal space that this intergalactic cosmic liminal space that exists in my head. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get that on the blog. We will be, on Monday, I will be posting story number 16.1. That is the unapproved hedgehogs. So story number 16 from the 22 stories in 2022. So those will continue to post until all 22 of them have gone up. They were all written in 2022, but they didn't start publishing until I think around March time. So it will take a few extra weeks to get through all of those and into these. So this will go into the queue and appear on the blog soon. But for now, I'm gonna go get some lunch and throw some dinner in the crock pot and all that lovely stuff. Sorry about the little weird Amazon interlude. It sounds like it was probably a scam call. But I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't anything urgent in the moment that needed my actual attention. So yeah, that should be small enough that when we are back with spoilers on Monday, you won't be able to read it. Are you saying that I should stream again? Like, right now? Unfortunately, Neo, I need to go eat food, so I cannot continue to stream. I will be back probably Monday. I haven't worked out my schedule for next week yet, but... Yes, I do have to end Bard. I have to go eat some food, throw some dinner in the crock pot. I'm very sorry. I wish I could hang out with you guys all day, but I have to basically go spend 40 minutes away from my computer, so that would not be a very interesting stream. Don't worry, we're going to do a raid to someone else who is hopefully doing some chill productivity as well. I will check into that in a minute. I haven't figured out my schedule for next week. It's probably going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're probably going to be doing another short on Friday, possibly related to the Kryptonia stuff. And then probably the rest of it will be Aravalia writing sessions, because I'm going to be doing some off-stream outlining next week. Sure, Neil. I tend to favor people who are doing productivity or writing streams when I've done a productivity or writing stream. So if it's a gaming stream, I might not necessarily take the recommendation, but please do. Please offer suggestion. I will certainly check it out. Hope the food is good and you have a great evening. Absolutely. I mean, toss the name at me, Neo. I can definitely do a shout out. Sometimes I make exceptions. Sometimes if people really want to head over to a gaming stream. Oh, is Victoria online? Well, we might just do that. I didn't realize Victoria was streaming. I have not opened my Twitch yet. Victoria is friend of the channel. A little bit different. Victoria made my lovely overlay. Let's see. I actually don't even see a lot of writers. Travis is on, but we did raid him the other day. And many people are just chatting. So yeah, let's head over to Victoria. Victoria's a very comfy streamer. friend of the channel. Thank you guys for coming. I'm always impressed that you guys find this interesting enough to stick around. I know I say that all the time and you guys are probably sick of hearing it, but I really appreciate that you guys hang out with me, share my writing energy, let me yammer at you about what's going on in my little brain spaces. And yeah, Victoria is amazing, super sweet. I know she's doing Elder Scrolls right now instead of productivity, but well worth dropping in for a little bit of comfy cozy for your Friday afternoon. I hope you guys all have a fantabulous weekend. Let me remember how raids work. And I will see you next week. Remember to check the schedule section of Twitch. That is where I'm going to be keeping my schedule from now on instead of reposting it in the Discord every week. So there will be 3 writing streams next week, probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And that is where you'll see the schedule. Also in the About section, there's a little countdown timer. I try to keep that up to date as well to count down to the next stream. So I will update that on Sunday so that it reflects my actual schedule for the week. Until then, take care, you guys. I'm gonna go get food.